Hi, I'm Sanjay C, and today I'm going to check out what's new in Complete 13 from Native Instruments. It's the latest version of Native Instruments' flagship production suite and includes a huge range of their instruments, effects, and expansions. Complete 13 has a wide variety of sounds, synths, sampled instruments, drums, percussion, orchestral libraries, vintage analog sounds, even vocal instruments. So whatever kind of music you make, you'll find the sound you're looking for right here. I'll share a few pieces of music that I'm working on. First, I've been working on a beat using Complete 13 Select. I'm really happy that Complete Select now includes hybrid keys and ethereal earth. They are my favorites from the Play series. The interface of the Play series makes modifying sounds easier and more inspiring, and you'll just get to the sound you're looking for quickly. They've built even more instruments around this interface, and I'll show you a few more when we explore Complete 13 Standard. Loading any of these instruments in Complete Control gives me access to chord and ARP features. The chord feature is where it's at, instant inspiration. So I ended up with this progression, and I threw in phases, which adds some phasing movement. Hybrid Keys has got some excellent presets as well. Lots of piano/electric piano key sounds. It's just so inspiring. I love these sounds. So I ended up using the preset taped keys. Set the cutoff a little lower. Together with the ethereal earth, now here's something fun that I did. I added ROM, which is an excellent reverb plugin, but it's also just instant inspiration for me. And I just mixed it in a whole lot. And I love just the reverb tail portion of this, so I sampled it and I then played it on the keyboard using Simpler and Ableton. Once I sliced that, I came up with this. So that sounds good, but I wanted something to cut through that was kind of unexpected. So I pulled up Retro Machines and threw an arpeggiator on there and then just played. This just added just that little bit that cuts through those other sounds. And of course, you'll see that I added ROM to Retro Machines as well. I love ROM. You're gonna see it again in this video. For bass, I just loaded a massive preset. Pretty simple again. The only thing I did is add a little bit more chorus. All right, let's throw a beat on this. I'm gonna load up the Solar Breeze expansion pack and the Fly By Night kit. Let's quantize that. Let's add some hi-hats in. I'm actually using the note repeat on the S88 keyboard. This is the first time I'm using it. I didn't even know it was here. So use eighth notes. Sounds good. You know, a producer friend of mine was so surprised that I make dark trap like this. I don't know, I don't think it's dark trap, it's dramatic trap. All right, let's move on to Complete 13, the standard version. This version of Complete 13 adds so many more instruments from the Play series and Guitar Rig 6 and NOIRE, Session Guitarist, Electric Sunburst, and more. And I made this synth-wavy, popish mashup of a song. I don't know, it just came out. So I started with this guitar sample. So then I added in Guitar Rig 6. I really like the new interface, so much easier to find what I'm looking for, just drag it in. You can even add Native Instruments effects that were previously not available inside Guitar Rig. They've got 3 new amps that use the new ICM technology. I'm not sure what's happening under the hood, but apparently it's some kind of machine learning that makes things realer, closer to the original hardware. So I started out with a preset and then started modifying things. It's so easy to just pull things in or delete things that you don't need. And I went over to the delays and added, oh yeah, tape echo. Let's do that. Oh yeah, that sounds great. I added this EQ up top too, took out some of that low end, so it sits better in the mix. So I added in the new Fire Breather amp and ended up with this. You know, I often use Guitar Rig on my Rhodes keyboard when I'm recording it. You can just put it anywhere. Okay, so this guitar loop got the ideas flowing, and I wanted to add something warm. Here's Lo-Fi Glow. I did end up finding this really nice keys sound in here called Touchy. And I modified it a bit. I changed the high pass, balanced it, and reduced the filter. If I raise the filter, brings in a lot more of that crackle. I love that you can now access the Native Instruments effects right from inside the interface. You can add all these effects right here, right from within the Play series. Add a little bit more saturation. Okay, next I wanted to add some happy sparkle to contrast these sounds a bit. This is Modular Icons, classic synth sounds. And these sounds were actually made in collaboration with the Bob Moog Foundation. I'm adjusting the balance between 2 layers. I can even go deeper and adjust the sequence. Now, along with the guitar sample, with Guitar Rig, and Lo-Fi Glow, comes to this. There come the drums. Let's talk about the drums real quick. For the drums in this beat, I used Butch Vig drums, which is a brand new instrument in the Play series. It's just a different approach to adding drums to any track. I started out with some of the included loops. What's nice about these loops is you can actually go in here in the plugin and you can grab one of these patterns, if you like this one, and you can just drag this right on to your DAW and actually have the MIDI for this drum loop. And once you have the MIDI, you can adjust it as you want. So that's what I ended up doing. I took one of these patterns and then I made it my own. Even with this, you're able to adjust the kit. So I did so. I actually tuned all the drum sounds. So here's the snare. I was able to retune this to a different pitch. You can retune the kick. Here's the hi-hat. And you can even choose from other samples as well if you want to change up the sample completely. There's so many presets included, and you've got effects, and you can even apply effects to the individual drum hits. So much you can do with this thing. I'm just in love with Butch Vig drums, and it sounds so realistic. I love the beat I was able to make with it. Now this beat didn't have enough contrast, so I added Massive X, and I actually used a preset from the Mechanics expansion pack. Now Massive X itself could take an entire video, but I like some of the new presets that are included in these expansions. I didn't do much to this preset. I adjusted the delay a little bit, and the reverb, and the waveforms just a tad. And in the beat. Finally, I opened up Super 8 and looked for some bass sounds in it. There are tons of great sounds in Super 8, a lot of synth stuff. I mean, it's its own synth. It's very simple. It's got 2 oscillators and a filter, and you can just get some classic sounds out of it. This could be a totally different song. I ended up loading the Coolio preset, adjusting the filter, Now, once I started exploring Complete 13 Ultimate, things started getting really cinematic, of course. Mysteria, Straylight, Farlight, Mallet Flux, and the new session guitarist instruments. Yeah, I actually used the session guitarist for my cinematic piece. I'll get to that in a second. So this is Farlight, a newly added vocal-based granular instrument. And you've got the nice XY control. On the XY, I'm adjusting layer balance and color. This is good for any type of music. That's so cool. All right, I want to make like a lo-fi song to this. My wife gets scared every time I try Mysteria. Scaring myself. Adjusting XY intensity balance. I've been playing around with Stradivari violin for a while now. There's nothing like it. It's easy to play and it sounds realistic. And I stress that easy to play part. So I'm using the virtuoso setting right now, but you've got lots of different articulations. Wow, so much fun. I like that depending on how hard you hit the key, you get slightly different sounds. Even on Virtuoso, you can just play it naturally. If you press them harder. Now they've taken this same type of control concept to the full Cremona Quartet, the Amati Viola, Guarneri Violin, and the Stradivari Cello, which are included in the Ultimate Collector's Edition. The cinematic piece I created contains 3 sections. The first kind of introduces the theme, the melody, and then there's this suspenseful build-up portion, and then another section for maybe another part of the movie. I started with the viola. I'm just controlling dynamics here. Just a simple phrase. Next, I use Stradivari cello with the spiccato setting to give a little rhythmic cello movement. So it's easy to get the feeling going just from the way you're playing the keys. I played around with ARKHIS for a while. It's included in the collector's edition. Every sound in ARKHIS just kind of evolves. You could just hold a note and just get this whole atmosphere out of it. There you go. That's the beginning of a new movie right there. I'm adjusting the layer. So much fun. I settled on this sound. The longer you sustain, that sound just kind of evolves. To start the melody, I actually used NOIRE, which is Nils Fram's Concert Grand sampled. You get NOIRE with Complete 13 Standard as well. So along with the viola and the cello, I added ROM to it because I love ROM. I built up those strings in two ways. One, with a more electronic sounding strings. I used Straylight, and I've never done this before, but I tried it this time. I often just load Straylight and just play chords, and it sparks inspiration and ideas even for trap beats. Now with Straylight, I actually sampled my Solina string ensemble keyboard and threw it in with the granular engine. Straylight has its own presets, of course, but you can load your own samples as well. Bringing the full string ensemble in, I'm just playing two notes and using the Symphony Essentials string ensemble. The next section is the build-up. I'm still using Stradivari cello, a simple phrase that helps the energy build up. Wow, that's fun when I get it right. You'll hear percussion from the symphony percussion instrument come in. There's the percussion. Now you hear the brass, right? So the buildup of the brass, I loved playing this. Yeah, the brass comes in when you get that glimpse of the villain. Okay, it settles into the beginning section again, and I'm using picked acoustic now. When I talk about unexpected results, this is it. So for this section, I'm just letting picked acoustic come in and just do its thing. That's it, but it just adds a new dimension to a new section of the song. Back to just the piano, the viola, picked acoustic. Bringing in Solina with Straylight. This is Sanjay C for Native Instruments. I hope you enjoyed this quick look at Complete 13. Keep experimenting, keep exploring, and keep making the music you love. Until next time.